Hi, my name is Aaron J. Marks. You can find out more about me at aaronjmarks.com. I'm a visionary purpose coach and a metaphysical leadership mentor. To my knowledge, I'm the only one in human history who's claimed either of those titles, and those that know me well tell me they couldn't imagine better ones for me. For as long as I can remember, I felt like my mind has worked just a little differently than most people's. At times it's been uncomfortable, but I've begun to see that it's actually incredibly important and that there's never been a better time to share the way that I think and see with the creative and entrepreneurial leaders out there who need to hear it. This is my podcast, A Higher Level. Everything we think, see, and do here happens on a higher level, and that makes all the difference. For some of you, these are among the most important and transformational conversations you will ever hear, and they will fill in something you may not have even known was missing, but something that is essential for your happiness and transformation. This podcast is all about creating a space for these conversations, a place to explore your deepest and most persistent questions about the human condition, a place to dream, play, and muse about the meaning of it all, a place people tell me only I can help them access, and a place of crucial importance for the human spirit and our future as the human race. On a higher level, everything is vast, rich, beautiful, and deeply optimistic. Join me there now, on a higher level. All right. Hello, my name is Aaron of aaronjmarks.com. And I'm totally like in the energy of this series that I'm creating, but I'm skipping over the introduction. Welcome to A Higher Level. It's my podcast, the official podcast of Aaron J. Marks, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. So this is the fifth and final problem, or perpetual paradoxical problem of the human condition. I'm getting tongue-tied because I've been saying it so much recording this series. So we've been through four already. If you're just jumping in now, go back and listen to those. So the first problem is copulatory happenstance. The second problem is narrative trauma. The third problem is existential friction, and the fourth problem is combinatorial explosion. Now this is the fifth one. It's my favorite one, I think. It's the sublime, sublimated absurdity of the ideal of imperfectibility. Let me say it again. The sublime, sublimated absurdity of the ideal of imperfectibility. So let me unpack that. This is true in all times and all places. Like it's the entire human condition in a nutshell. So here's how to unpack that. So as a human, you are a growth-oriented individual. You're not happy unless you're growing. And in order to grow, you need opportunities. And opportunities come from problems to solve or traumas to heal. All the work that we do, as far as I can tell, is about one of those two, if not both. It's about solving a problem or it's about healing a trauma, right? And in order to keep growing, we need to have more and more of those. And we need them in each new generation, because when we bring our kids into the system and we show them what it means to be a healthy person, we say, well, you need to find more problems to solve and more traumas to heal. And so the whole thing has this imperfectibility about it, right? So, it's like, this is deeply paradoxical, right? Part of being a healthy person is to find perpetual unhealth. Get it? So there's an absurdity there, right? Because it's like, the ideal that we imagine, as we move into the future and we pursue our visions, it's like there's a frictionless quality to the ideal. There's a perfected quality to the ideal. But as soon as we get to the ideal, there's more problems there. There's more friction there because it's still the same old human condition and we need more work to do. So the ideal itself is imperfectible. And imperfectibility itself is the ideal. And that's very absurd, isn't it? It's like, it just doesn't add up. It's like, we can't get our mind around that. It's like it's the craziest, most counterintuitive, most bizarre concept, but we know it's true. That we try to make things perfect, but we can't make things perfect. So we make them better. And things get better and better, right? Like I'm much happier. Like I'm really happy that I'm alive now and not 100 years ago. Aren't you? I would much rather be alive now than 100 years ago because of all the stuff that we figured out to make life better. But it's still not perfect. So, we keep finding more things to do, more problems to solve, and our kids need it too, right? So there's the imperfectibility of the whole thing, and it's absurd when you think about it. And we don't like to think about it because it's like it drives us crazy. And so instead of thinking about it, we sublimate it and it makes us go crazy from the inside. And I really think that a lot of times when people are just, it's like they have this odd energy about things, and this odd passion about things and this odd neurosis about things, I think that it is what they are sublimating. Okay. But this is true of in all times and all places. And that's why every like human endeavor can be described in like imperfectible terms. And so if you go into my realm of purpose access points, that I talk about and write about in other places, that's how I've described all of them, is that there's this funny paradox that they all see about the imperfectibility of the human condition. And the whole thing is like, I call it sublime because, it's like when we have the frustrations and the aspirations, and this is like helpful to see me do in person or on video, because right now I'm pointing upward to the ideal. And then as we get there and the ideal becomes our new reality, we see a new ideal and we point upward again and bring it down, upward to bring it down, upward, bring it down. It's this sublime, energetic engine that powers the human race and moves us all forward into the imperfectible future where we all grow through this thing together and keep finding new problems to solve and new traumas to heal. And we do this together and we grow together. And that's what we're here to do. And that's the beauty of the human condition. And it's absurd, but it's beautiful. It's sublime. So that's the fifth problem, the fifth perpetual paradoxical problem or dysfunction of the human condition. You can see how it's a dysfunction, right? Because like I said, the definition of health is to be born into this perpetually unhealthy condition where we have to constantly find ways to improve it, even though we're never going to run out of ways, which means that there's always some unhealth, some problem in the system. But paradoxically, that is what we need to be healthy, right? And so like, this is why I say that like mental health, like it doesn't mean anything to me, because it's like, it's all unhealthy. It's like, the healthiest condition is to have that, this is where we go back to the beginning. The healthiest condition is to have that quality of non-being, that's like paradoxical, because it's like, how can a being have a quality of non-being? That's contradictory. But it's like it would have been healthier to be one of those sperm and egg combinations that never met. But instead, we're one of the 64 trillion, the 1 in 64 trillion that did. And you have this existence, this being, and you're in this imperfectible system that's so sublime, and you're human and you're beautiful and we're beautiful together. And there's no other condition like the human condition. And it's characterized by those 5 perpetual paradoxical problems or dysfunctions in the human condition. That's the end of the series, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I love talking about those. There's so much fun, especially that last one, man. All right, I'm Aaron of AaronJMarks.com. Really glad I sat down and busted out that series. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So, if you feel like this is helpful for your creative entrepreneurial thinking and leadership, reach out to me. All right. Like seriously, my clients are telling me like this is like the most insightful conversations they've ever had. And, they're revealing so clearly the next step for them and the energetic blocks that need to be removed in order to, move gracefully and with less friction toward their visions. That's what I'm here to do. So reach out. You can go to AaronJMarks.com. There's a bunch of ways for you to reach out to me. So thanks so much, everyone. Aaron of AaronJMarks.com. Thanks for listening to A Higher Level. It's my podcast. I'm a visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. And on a higher level, everything that we think, see, and do is on a higher level. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for listening to A Higher Level. I hope that got you seeing, thinking, and acting just a little differently, or maybe even a lot. When you act differently, you get different results. But we need to start with the vision and the thinking. How do you feel? Ready to go and make positive, inspiring changes in your life and work? If so, it means what we're doing here is working, and I would love for you to let me know if this is you. There's a bunch of ways for you to get in touch with me. You can go to my website, aaronjmarks.com, or look for Aaron J. Marks, Visionary Purpose Coach and Metaphysical Leadership Mentor on Facebook, or you can look for Aaron J. Marks on LinkedIn or Instagram, whatever is easiest for you. And if this is speaking to you, I might suggest that you think about becoming one of my leadership coaching clients. In our work together, we'll have conversations on this level, but tailored just to your life and aspirations. You really can't imagine what a difference this can make for your mindset, vision, and results. The first step after learning more about my approach is to book a free, no-obligation discovery call, both of which you can do at aaronjmarks.com. If your intuition is nudging you, don't wait any longer. It is likely the next step along the marvelous journey of wherever you are here to go and whatever it is you are here to do. And I can't wait to meet you. Thanks again for listening, everyone. I'll see you on the next episode when we'll continue to see, think, and act on a higher level. I'll see you then. A Higher Level is the official podcast of Aaron J. Marks, visionary purpose coach and metaphysical leadership mentor. Learn more at www.aaronjmarks.com. A Higher Level is written, recorded, edited, and produced by Aaron J. Marks. Music is by Arie. I'll see you next time on A Higher Level.